Right, this is loading up a bit better, which is nice. Just gonna quickly log in. Let's have a go. World Update 22. World Update 22. United States National Park celebrates a remarkable milestone in the history of the United States of America. Brilliant. I don't care. Like, that's... I don't care about scenery. Still get it though, obviously. Let it download. Be interesting to see where that is being used. Right, 5 more to 100 subscribers. That's what I need. 5 more to 100. Right, let's see what this brings. I don't know. Let's have a look. See, I don't care about this sort of stuff. Yeah, it looks fantastic. That's only if you're flying in the national parks in America. Let's have a look. Where are we at? What's it got here? I mean, yeah, okay, cool. Right, anyway, first check I always do is to see if we've got anything new in the marketplace. What have we got? Nothing new there or there. Nope. Nothing since the last lot. I mean, that's that. Cool. So we will go into career mode. Let's go and do a career flight. Earn a little bit of money. I tell you what, we'll do a. What's time? 10:30. Let's do a quick helicopter mission. Or do we do a 737? A couple of people watching. Let me know what you want. Helicopter mission, GA mission, or a 737 mission. Let me know. But you gotta be quick. So we can do a full cold and dark setup of the 737, or we can do a quick 172 mission, Vision Jet mission, whatever. So if you are in the comments, if you're in the stream, have a quick think and let me know. Oh, I got one at one end, didn't we? We got that 172 there. Let's go and tell you what, I'm just going to do a. Can I buy another 737? Let's get a 737 flight in. Let's go and do that. We can be really quick with it. I've got enough credits to buy one of those now. All companies. God, you can see how long it's been since I've last flown on career mode. So let's have a look, see if we can get a 737. We'll buy a brand new one. Can we afford it? Let's have a look. Because we've neglected career mode for a little while now. I think with Korea they've got continually 99 million. So we can definitely afford one second hand. Let's have a look. So I've got 88 million, I think. We'll do a 737 from cold and dark. We'll do the actual Ryanair load up procedure. 96 million. That sucks. Right, we're going to do it on our current one then. So where is it at the moment? Let's have a look where it is. It's currently at EGGD. It's Bristol. Give it a quick clean. Right, let's go fly that then. Okay, Bristol. So we've got a 737 here. Let's zoom in. Check where we can fly to. If the sim wants to let me. Okay, we are Freelancer. And we'll do filters. Aircraft model. Boeing 737. Max. Filters. Okay, we'll go to. Let's have a look. Where haven't we been before? God's sake. Back in here, shall we? Gdansk. I'm sure that's a Call of Duty level. We'll do it anyway. That's Verdansk, isn't it? Not Gdansk, Verdansk. Cool. Go just across Europe. Hopefully got enough fuel. Let's have a look at our fuel. So I've not done the 737 for a while, so it's be nice to get it out. Okay, let's have a look. Tell what, I was going to go halfway now because that'll do us for our next flight as well. We are £200,000 inflation, all that lot. Cool. Ideal. EGGD. Let me get SimBrief up so we can do a nice realistic flight. Let's have a look. So we're going from EGGD to Gdansk. Okay, I'll put this into SimBrief and it'll tell us what we need to do. Where we're going. Okay, go a second, and we'll just load it up. EPGD, and we're in the 737. Just put this into SimBrief, and then we'll get started. There we are. Direct flight. Okay, we'll have a quick look. I think that's good. Cool.
Good morning. So,
I'm going to
we're
flight
flying
level
to
370.
What an amazing place.
All flex. And then come back in on the Ogre D5 Tango. Direct. James
It's
CJ.
Jared from your flight staff. We're ready to begin boarding.
Cool.
Waiting for your signal.
And we're going to climb at flight level 370. We'll send that to ATC and the avionics. And then we'll say, crack on. Okay, let's have a go.
Boeing Sierra Alpha Quebec 709. A ramp is on its way.
There he comes. Okay, so we'll talk through this in slow time. Back to the main panel here. First of all, what I'm going to do is going to get the APU running. So all the fuel pumps on. Just for now. Start the APU. Okay, you can see that's running up here. You can see that the DC amps changing. So what we're going to do, whilst we wait for that, is we'll go through the other systems. Testing the leading edge flaps and slats. Everything's good. Alternate flaps to normal, yaw damper to on. IFE and IRS and control panel set to normal, source is auto. Fuel, we've just turned all that on. Coming back up here. IRS, we're a little bit early, but we'll set them anyway. We're going to set them to a line. Happy with the voltage, DC and amps. Cabin utilities and IFE, we'll turn those on. Ground power to off because we're loading up the APU. APU is loading up here. You can see the low oil pressure. Nav lights now, because we are in the aircraft, we will turn them on. Position lights are steady. As we come up here, surface interphone is on. Dome lights are off. Circuit breakers are normal. Emergency exit lights to on and guard closed. Fasten seat belts and the no smoking signs to auto. Everything looks good there. APU still hasn't run up properly yet. EEC's to on. Control and station box is normal. Coming back down. Window heat we'll set to off for a minute. Probe heat we'll set to on. Bringing out the ice and engine and the ice to off. We're going to set our electrical hydraulic pumps to on. APU is now loaded up. APU is now on. Cockpit voice recorder test. Green light. And coming back down here. Coming up. As we start up here, we've got the stall warning tests and the Mac SV tests. A little bit unrealistic because what would happen is usually you'd press these buttons here. It'll be delayed by a second. Then it'll start. Voice recorder is set to auto. Recirculation fans are going to be set to off just for now. And the isolation valve is going to set to auto. Right packs are currently off with bleed to off. We're going to turn the APU bleed to on here. We're climbing to flight level 370, so we'll set that 370 here. And there's no point me doing my altitude because it'll switch anyway in a minute. Everything else is fine here. Okay, looking at the EFIS panel. So current QNH at this airfield. Let me just get the weather. Bristol 031. It's quite high pressure at the moment. There we go. Okay, we'll set our speed and altitude very. Oh, tell we can set our altitude now, 37,000. It'll take quite a while. only way to get it quite fast is this way. A couple of thousand feet at a time. One thing I'd like to see them improve. 35, 36, 37,000 feet, flight level 370. Coming up here, we are going to leave the EFIS panel for a minute. We'll set that in a minute. That will set our flight directions to on. We're not going to use them until we depart anyway. Come back down here, lights and warning checks. Test 1, there we go. Test 2. There we go. Lights test. There we are. And off. Okay, crown proximity system test doesn't usually work on here. Okay, and again, a little bit unrealistic. I mean, we've got very slight hydraulics on at the moment, but you can see we've got full hydraulic movement here. A little bit unrealistic. Okay, we're going to set this ready for takeoff. We're going to set this at RTO. Before we go through the FMC, we'll check if everything else. We can't check the GMWS, but everything else is there. We won't check the station boxes at the moment. However, won't set the trim yet, won't set the engine throttles yet. Our control switches are idle. Everything down here looks good, and fine flight to door, we're set to auto now. Everything here is good. We'll set our weather radar and everything else before we leave. We'll do the fire detection tests. Explain bell now. There you go. And fire extinguisher tests. Perfect. Cargo fire. Good. Transponder's fine at 2000 at the moment. Everything else is looking good. We are ready to request our IFR clearance.
Boarding finished. Captain.
Bristol ground. Boeing Sierra Alpha Quebec 709 are ready to copy IFR clearance to Gdansk.
Nothing heard, but I'm... Oh, there you go.
709er is cleared to Gdansk Airport via the HAWF 1 X-ray departure, runway 27. Climb via SID, maintain flight level 370. Departure frequency is 118.775. Squawk 15.
Okay,
Boeing
let's set
Sierra
that.
Alpha Quebec 709er.
My God, you've only just spoken to me.
Cleared to Gdansk via the HAWF 1.
Okay, we'll start heading 270.
Runway 27. Climb via SID, maintain flight level 370. Departure frequency is 118.775. Squawk 1565. Boeing Sierra Alpha Quebec 709er.
Perfect. Okay, so we'll go through our FMC now.
Sierra Alpha Quebec 709er. Read back correct. Contact ground on 133.855. Good day.
Okay, we have AP power on, so before I forget, let's come up here. We'll set our nav to nav for our IRSs, Inertial Reference System. Okay, well, now we'll do our FMC. So, everything looks good there. Position. We're currently at EGGD, which is Bristol. I'll compare that, 5123. Yeah, okay, they're going to be a couple out. Route 27. Performance. Put the 0 fuel weight in. Our reserves, we're going at reserves of 5. And cost index, let's make it quick. We'll get 588. Okay, we'll go 99. It wants us to go at 410, but our cruise level is going to be 370. Transition altitude in the UK 6,000. And one limit. So we're going to go normal D rate and climb and 28k. Takeoff. Flaps we're going to set to 5. Center of gravity is 30. Okay, our V2 speed 139. That's it for a minute. We'll do our legs in a minute. 139. Perfect. And we'll now have a quick look at our route. Go by legs page. That's fine. So vectors there, no. Okay, so you'll see here this is our star, our arrival. We'll program it in straight away. And we've got there the end of arrival, this is our ILS. Perfect. Okay, we'll go back to the initial page. So our trim currently is at 4. We'll set that in just a second. For now, let's get clearance to depart, or to taxi, not taxi, to start engines.
Bristol ground. Boeing Sierra Alpha.
Okay, because we're about to start the engines, we've got our beacon on.
Pushback.
Boeing Sierra Alpha Quebec 709er. Pushback request accepted.
Okay, so again, it's a legal requirement because we're about to start the engines. Beacon goes on. Alerts everyone around us that we have got engine power on the aircraft. So we'll go.
Tow bar set.
Boom. Okay, cool. Ground and ground. And cool lights on. Wait for clearance.
Cleared to start engines.
There we are. So very quick check of the panels. Perfect. I'm looking at packs, I'm looking at recirc fans, I'm looking at our ignition switches, I'm looking at our engine start switches. So engine start straight away, number 2, ground. Doesn't really matter if we start number 2 or number 1. Okay, brakes going on. And now we're monitoring our engines. You see there 14%, 15%, 16, 20 we're going to put our ignition switches on. There we go, start valve is motor in, engine start switches on, fuel control switches, sorry, on, 21 degrees, sorry 21%, that should go off in just a second. As engine generator turbine temperature increases, which is here. You'll see when ignition starts at the moment, the burners are burning. You'll see when fuel starts getting introduced. Fuel's getting introduced now, that is increasing quite significantly. There we go, ignition started. And you can hear the engines now spooling up. We're also looking at oil pressure and oil temperature. Oil temperature will rise, oil pressure will rise. Fuel flow is increasing as well, that will decrease very shortly. And oil temperature and oil quantity is decreased as well. Everything's perfect normal at start. Good. We'll leave it APU and APU bleed for a moment. We'll turn that generator on for a meantime and we'll set that, keep that off. Okay, next engine is engine number 1, and again exact same story now. Checking this is the N2. So second stage speed. Wait for that to get to around 20%. There it is. Let's motor in for the starting sequence. There we go. Fuel control switches on. You'll see again that the EGT generator turbine temperature is low. You'll see in just a second it will increase as ignition strikes. There we go. And again, oil pressure, oil temperature is increasing. I expect the oil quantity to decrease as well as engine oil flows around. Get on. Okay, we've got number 1 generator ready to go. We got our APU can come off. We can switch to engine bleed. Not APU. Packs to on, recirc fans to on, taxi lights to on, and everything else looks good. We can put our window heat on now, and I'm going to switch my ignition switches to continuous for the departure. And everything looks good. Okay, we'll get our Quest taxi.
Bristol ground, Boeing
I'll switch to the
Sierra
Hotus
Boeing
now.
Sierra Alpha Quebec 709er. Taxi to and hold short of runway 27 using taxiway Zulu Alpha. Contact tower on 136.08 when ready.
Roger. I'll turn off those
Taxi,
markers. We
hold
don't need
short
those.
runway 27 using
Okay,
taxiway
parking
Zulu
brakes are
Alpha.
off.
Boeing Sierra Alpha Quebec 709er.
Maybe not. We're pretty much there though. So again, we use the Hotus for this. Quick control check. And you can see what I'll do from here is full left rudder, full right rudder, left aileron, right aileron, full up elevator and right. Perfect. I'll brake and we'll come around here. Looks like we've overshot that, but we haven't, as you can see there.
Guests, our captain
Welcome,
has
our
turned on the
passengers.
fasten seatbelt sign. Please stow your hand luggage underneath the seat in front of you or in an overhead compartment. Make sure your seat back and folding trays are in full upright position. If you're seated near an emergency exit, carefully read the special instructions card located by your seat. A reminder that this is a non-smoking flight, including the lavatories. If you have any questions, feel free to ask one of our attendants. Thank you. Please pay attention as the flight attendants demonstrate the safety features of this aircraft. Ladies and gents, please direct your attention to the front of the cabin for an important safety demonstration. There are designated emergency exits on this aircraft. Look around and locate the exit closest to you. Should the cabin experience a sudden pressure loss, oxygen masks will drop down from above your seat. Place the mask over your mouth and nose, then pull the strap to adjust it. If you're traveling with
Just have to
children,
take on.
put on your own mask.
And what we'll do now, we'll
properly
set
on before helping
our
your
flaps
children.
to 5.
In case of emergency,
We'll set
after
our
you hear the
trim. Now if you
brace,
remember, our trim
brace,
was
message,
having to be
tuck
set
your
at
chin
4
onto your
degrees.
chest
So we'll quickly
and
set
bend
that
forward.
now.
Place your head against the seat in front, with your arms wrapped around your head.
4
Ensure
degrees
your
up.
feet are flat on the floor. A life jacket is located under your seat. If necessary, take the vest
There we are.
and slip it over your
Okay,
head.
because we
Pass
are
the
about
straps
ready for
around your
takeoff.
waist and adjust like this.
Everything's
To
looking
inflate
good
the
here. We're going to
vest,
set
pull
our
firmly on the red
land lights
cord,
to on,
only when leaving the aircraft.
taxi
If you need
lights
to
to off,
refill it, blow into the oral inflating system.
strobe lights
The
to
whistle
on,
and light are here to attract attention.
continuous. Set our transponder and set our weather radar to on. Come up here. Oh, handbrake didn't turn on. Okay, whatever. It was, I've obviously upset it. That's to norm, that's on, that's on, that's on. That's fine. Let's get this to transponder to auto, outsources 1, full system 1, get that on full. Okay, perfect. We'll take off now. Everything's looking good. Big guide about that, but never mind. That'll be fine. I'll put the auto throttle on. Awesome. Okay, parking brakes are on, auto throttle selected, strobe lights on, taxi lights are on, we're ready to go. So, auto throttle selected to on, auto throttle is on. Finger trouble. Why isn't it working? It's not working for some reason. Let's have a look, give me a second. Oh, it's just switched off. Overall switched off. Okay, we'll try again. Switched off again. It switched off again. Does again, we'll just fly on our own. There we go. Perfect. Okay, we're going to do it ourselves because it doesn't want to do it. Okay, take off, go around set. Just going to straighten up. Perfect. Yoke is forward until we get to 80 knots. 60, 70, 80, stick back. Wait till we get to 122, 111, 120, V1. Rotate. There we are. Positive rate. Gears coming up. Now we'll pull back. Okay, keep an eye on that speed now as we fly this. Again, no autopilot at all throughout the whole of this. We use our trim on our stick.
Sierra Alpha, Quebec 709, contact Manchester Center on 118.775.
Bit windy.
Good day.
9 knots straight away.
118.775.
Okay, first notch flaps coming up.
Sierra Alpha, Quebec 709er.
Okay, I'm using the screen now.
Manchester Center.
We've got a right hand turn coming up very shortly. We're just going to get stable now.
Is at 2,100 climbing flight level
We're good.
370. Boeing Sierra Alpha Quebec 709.
We're still over there, look.
Center, QNH 1030. Radar contact, continue.
Okay, make sure it's all set. Looking good at the moment. 1030 they've just said, so we'll set that as well. There we are. Good. Speed's good, 170 knots is fine. The gear is currently up. This is fine. Bit is a bit blustery. Right, okay, so right hand turn now, 30 degrees of bank. 10, 20, 30. That's fine. Don't want to go much more than that. This is good. Okay, 5,000 feet. Okay, this is fine so far. Nice and subtle on the controls. As we come around again to around 35 degrees, 30 to 35 degrees. Next notch flaps coming up. And the last notch flaps coming up. Okay, we'll carry out RF takeoff checks in a minute. I'm just monitoring those temperatures and pressures at the moment. Everything's looking sweet. Okay, we're descending there. We've just turned into a bit of a descent. So we'll start to climb now. We'll trim the aircraft for that. There we are. As soon as we get to 10k, we'll switch again to autopilot, So we'll do that now. LNAV and VNAV. LNAV. VNAV. Command A. There we go. Aircraft will now take control, as you can see. So, perfect. No avionics issues today so far, which is good. Welcome change. Okay, the flaps are up and trim's come back down. Gear is up and we can make sure our brakes are now at, let's try this first. Okay, engine condition switches to normal or off. Everything else looking good there. Perfect. Ideal. Right, wait to get to cruise now. Or flight level change. I'll make us climb. There we go.
Boeing Sierra Alpha Quebec 709er. Please expedite.
That's why it's now having a go at us.
Level tree 70.
There we go. We are climbing. Did it. Nearly there. Dropping it.
Boeing Boeing Sierra Alpha Quebec 709er
Will
contact
do.
London Center on 118.475. Good day. 118.475. Boeing Sierra Alpha Quebec 709er. London Center, Boeing Sierra Alpha Quebec 709er is at 17,300 climbing flight, level tree 70. Boeing Sierra Alpha Quebec 709er, London Center, QNH 1029er, radar contact continue.
Captain, we just cleared 18,000 feet time to set the altimeter to standard.
Fair one. There we go. So it's this is the worst bit really, is once you get autopilot going, there's not really much to it except for monitor the controls. But we're at 250 knots. What we can do though to spice things up, we can actually enter VNAV again now. We'll still continue to climb at around 2,000 foot per minute, but we'll increase our speed, as you can see here. Now, the really good thing about this is that a lot of people take this for granted. So, what you can actually do, I found that sometimes the sim is a little bit unreliable with this, is that actually all you need to fly an aircraft is this, whereas usually we'll be used to this. You only need this. So if let's use it for example. Let's turn off the autopilot. Autopilot's off. So long as you can keep all of your, if we have a look here, that pink line, have a look there, if you can keep those pink lines within each other, you can fly. Now this is where I think it's a little bit inaccurate. So if you have a look at what we're doing now, if I bring that down into it, that's almost telling me to descend. So if I come back, wrong way, if I come back here and keep that in, we're almost descending. So basically, what you got to try and do is, it is difficult when you're doing it. Is you've got to keep those in the middle. So start off with your right one. Let's got a right one there. There we are. And again, we'll go a little bit nose down, and we'll keep it. That's called the flight director. So there we go. We're pretty much on board there, but if you have a look there, where the computer wants to take us, it's 22,500. We don't need to be at 22,500. Now what I've found when I've actually flown like this is actually the sim doesn't depict where we need it to be. So this is why I would much rather just climb on the autopilot. Because what happens, you'll see now, is it'll get it where it wants it. But look at that climb rate. Watch in a minute. Once it gets there. Like, we weren't seeing that just then. We weren't seeing that climb rate when we had it in the middle. Look at this. It doesn't take much to get it there. So again, if we cancel the autopilot, and then we fly it, again, let's zoom in. Nothing should have changed much, except for just that little tweak that's needed here. There we are. You see that climb's changed already. I've not touched anything, really. You can see them also with the autopilot, it can provide instantaneous reactions to wind, etc. Whereas me, there you go, you've just seen a blast there from the wind. If we got 46 knots at the moment from the tail, I need to be able to see it and feel it before I can react. The autopilot will feel it before. There we are, we're straight in there. So yeah, it is difficult. It is difficult, but that's why literally from pretty much as soon as you're into the climb, airline pilot switch from manual mode and into automatic mode. So all part of it. Right, we're going to get up to 37,000 feet, or flight level 370. Then we'll switch and do the approach ourselves, like we usually do. Just another 12,000 feet, and we're up there. And 11,000 feet left to go, not far. Almost there. Come on. So what we'll do once we are, what we can do now actually I suppose, so we can have a look at our landing. So again we're heading east across the top end of Russia and Northern Europe. Well, I say Russia, Northern Europe. Because obviously we're not going all the way. And we're going to come into this area here. So you see we're coming a little bit further north than usually we'd need to. And then we'll come down and we'll do the essentially what is a right hand downwind for runway 31. Let's have a look what we're on. 29, that's close. 29. Let's have a quick look at what that runway is. We're landing at Lechler Walsee. Get the charts up. And we're coming by this star here. There we go. You can see we come from down here. We enter what is essentially a right hand downwind. Now, if you've not seen charts before, these are always really interesting. Because what you'll see is at Octav, which is where we're going, we've got to be at flight level 100, so 10,000 feet. Tell us we need to descend to 5,000 feet on the bearing of 136 degrees. Bear in mind, if we were entering a holding pattern here, we'd need to be at 230 degrees. But anyway, once we get to 926, that's when we turn slightly left to 125 degrees, remaining at 5,000 feet. And we'll keep it at 5,000 feet until we come into this pattern here. And we get to 91 and 904, it'll be a right hand, pretty much 90 degree turn. Well, it is a 90 degree turn. Down here. And then another 90 degree turn of 287. Then you have a look here, where we've got to be careful, is actually, if we're arriving from this point here, we need to be at flight level 90, so 9,000 feet. Whereas because we're doing this approach, it's 5,000 pretty much all the way along. But obviously you can see here there's two separate approaches as well. So we're coming in here and here. Alright, so bearing in mind that's our runway there. 5,000 at this point, and there's going to be a ILS approach. For us, we're not going to be doing the ILS approach. We are going to be using ILS, but we'll be flying it manually. So when we have a look at runway 29 now, which is here, ILS 29, you can see it will come off at 5,000, and it is pretty much a standard descent path here of 3 degrees all the way down, which is what we'd expect. There's no speed restrictions by the look of it. Let's have a look. No, but what I will do is we'll set 110.3 into the nav, 110.03. And we'll switch. Or is it 30? I'm a silly, but it's 110.30, isn't it? 110.30. 1103. 0. It's not letting me. Okay, clear. 3, 0. Put that in there. Now if we come up here to our course, we'll set our course, and again it's this heading here of 286 degrees. It will be reset probably by the time we come in. 286, let's put it in. Perfect. We've got a couple of 1,000 feet to go, and once we're in the climb we can descend. Okay, pretty much there now. Okay. We're at pretty much 37,000. We're prepared to skip. There we are, look. Inform our passengers.
Good morning, guests. This is your captain speaking.
Now, what you'll find as we come to descend is when we skip, we'll be too fast, we'll be too high, and the aircraft will be panicking. So as soon as we enter the descent, I'm going to literally put the nose down. We'll probably end up overspeeding, but unfortunately the sim is just the way the sim does at the moment. So let's see how we get on. So we'll skip to the descent. Here we go. So I'm going to put my controller down for a second. So the first thing I can do is get grip of the aircraft. It's a little bit chaotic usually, because it's usually on final approach. We're too high, we're too slow, whatever. So I'm just getting my hands ready.
Flaps
There we
over
go.
speed.
There we go. Straight away, flaps over speed. So I'm going to get those up straight away. And you can see there it wanted to throw us over to the right. So I can see now that we are on the final approach.
Expect ILS runway 29er approach via GD903 transition.
Perfect. There we are. And I'm on line with the thing. So we'll say yes. Okay. We'll slow down that speed.
GDA 5 Tango arrival. Descend and maintain 4000 expect ILS runway 29er approach
I'm
via
going to trim for that as well. So fuel's quite low. We've got 24%. Okay, we're calm. We'll get calm on that. Perfect. Speed's coming down. Auto throttle is going to come off. We're going to control this all ourselves. There we are. Get rid of that. Okay, happy. And again, now what I'm going to do is I'm following this completely. We'll go to the ILS approach, which is, although that's not great. So it's saying to turn right. We'll turn right. Although I'll tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly pause. So again, it's telling us. You have a look here. It's telling us to turn right. Have a quick look where we are. This is the problem when you skip. I need to make sure that I'm happy where we are. It's lying to me. So that tells me that the ILS frequency isn't right. So again, 110.13, sorry, 110.30. Let's make sure it's there. What's our course set at? 0. That's why. So quickly set my course at, bear in mind 229, was it 280 I think it was. Let's do that again. So EPGD 29 ILS on a course of 296. Is that 296? 286, sorry. So again, this is the dodgy part with it. This is why I have to pause. There we go, you see it's coming around now. And again, all that setting up that you do prior to skipping is worth nothing. So unpause, I'll quickly get a grip of it. We're too high. So we'll get a grip of that straight away.
Guests, we're approaching Lachal Walesy.
Captain,
Please fasten your
drop our
seatbelt
speed below
and adjust your
460
seat back and tray
kilometers per
table
hour
to the
until we
upright
reach
position.
10,000
Please
feet.
secure your carry-on baggage in the overhead compartment.
Again, it's
or
always
the seat
quite
in front of
flippant
you.
here.
All electronic devices must be
Just
turned
going to quick look
until
at
the
my how to
aircraft
bring
is
out my
parked.
spoilers, if I remember.
Boeing Sierra Alpha Quebec 709er. You are 500 below your assigned altitude.
There we go.
Maintain 4,000 QNH 101 tree.
But we're already on the. It's telling us to do that, but we're already on our approach in.
Maintain 4,000. Boeing Sierra Alpha Quebec 709er.
Okay, spoilers are in. Let's bring our flaps in now. Or out, shall I say? There we are. So again, we're quite a bit above our glide slope. Again, this is the problem. It all gets quite erratic when we skip to descent. Gears coming down.
2,500.
Yeah. Obviously. Obviously. Okay, here we go.
Sierra Alpha Quebec 709.
I don't want to climb on the approach in. And again, this is the problem. Just sorting out that trim. Don't worry about that. That's just letting us know that our stick's a little bit too far back, which is fine. Okay, final notch of flaps coming in. Can't yet see the runway, but I know I'm okay in terms of the glide slope and everything. I've got it on the map. There we go, I've got it. I've got the runway, you can see it just in front of us now. Again, I'm just going with that ILS. Speed's good. Gonna put a bit more in.
Boeing Sierra Alpha Quebec 709er. Contact Gdansk Tower on 118.105 when inbound on the approach.
Glide slow. Glide slow. Glide slow. Glide slow.
We're okay, we're fine, right?
105. Boeing Sierra Alpha Quebec 709er. Gdansk Tower, Boeing Sierra Alpha Quebec.
There we go, that's safe, fine. Bit of rain here. Bring that trim back down.
29er approach.
Boeing Sierra Alpha Quebec 709er, Gdansk Tower.
It's quite windy. 25 degree, no, 25 knot wind by the look of it. So turn left. If I have to go around, we're going to go straight and to 2,500 feet. I think we're going to be fine.
Boeing Sierra Alpha Quebec 709er, wind 243
It's
at
very
20.
windy.
Cleared to land runway 29er.
My god, it's windy.
Clear to land runway 29er. Boeing Sierra Alpha
Struggling here a little bit.
709er.
Okay, we're fine. We're okay, we're settled now. Oh, another bit. There we go, we're fine. We're absolutely fine.
200. Glide slow. Glide slow. Glide slow. Glide slow. 100. Glide slow. Glide slow. Approaching. Glide slow.
God, that is quite drafty.
Glide slow. Glide slow. 50. Glide slow.
Plenty on the touchdown markers. I'm just going to get this stabilised for a minute before I try and land.
Glide slow. 20. Glide slow. 10.
There we go, fine. Power coming off. Yeah, a bit dodge. Bit dodge, almost off the runway. I didn't get the wind speed then, but that was quite difficult. A lot of wind.
Boeing Sierra Alpha Quebec 709er, turn next taxiway.
There we go. Yeah, but wasn't my finest landing. It was quite difficult, and again, that's the stresses that it puts you on
Boeing Sierra Alpha Quebec 709er.
when you skip to descent, because you don't skip to descent, you skip to approach, which is frustrating. Okay, we'll get ahead of these guys, this line, and then we'll get to the taxi. There we go. And we'll skip to shutdown.
Gdansk ground. Boeing Sierra Alpha Quebec.
Shutdown. Bear in mind that we still got the runway incursion from the start. Now we'll just shut down our engines now. Yeah, we are.
Boeing Sierra Alpha Quebec 709er. Did you hear my last transmission?
Yeah, and we ignored it. Ugh. There we are. And engine shut down. Right guys, that's it for tonight. I had a couple on, and again it's just a shame no one talks. Please do talk. The only reason I do stream is to chat with people. So please, if you are watching this, pop a chat, put a comment in the chat, and have a chat with us. It could be about anything. It could be about the sim or anything. But do please make sure you do chat.
Boeing Sierra Alpha Quebec 709er, please acknowledge.
Let's see how we got on. Obviously I know that we got the issues at the start, which is fine. Yeah, okay, whatever. Again, and then as we skipped descent, we had the flaps one as well. So I don't really care about any of that stuff. Or career mode mission in about a week, so perfect. There we go. Yeah, of course we lost a bit because of the 2 faults we had. In the meantime, guys, I am now heading off. Thanks for tuning in. Please remember to just say hello next time. Please, just if you do visit, just say hello. Don't just sit and watch. Say hello and let us know that you're watching. In the meantime, take it easy. It's another weekend. If you don't tune in before, enjoy the weekend.